Carlos here. Thanks FX Street for having me here. It's a pleasure like always. Today we are going to look directly to the chart. Today it's going to be live market analysis. If you have any doubts, guys, go and watch the previous webinars we did. It's my approach on trading is price action mainly. So you already know my approach. Many of you who are here today with me. Thanks everybody to be here, and let's have a wonderful webinar today. So let's go directly to the charts. Live market analysis. It's 5 o'clock Madrid time, 6 o'clock London. Okay, it's a little bit the end of the day. There are not too many, I think there are not any news left. So basically, what we look at for today, it's gonna be useful for us for tomorrow, because today I will not encourage you to take a trade now at 6 o'clock when the London traders are gonna go home in 1 hour, okay? They're gonna go home, they are taking profits. As an intraday trader, you don't want to take a trade at the end of the day. So let's see, my platform is a little bit slow today. Okay, it's working good. So let's start with pound dollar. I have pound dollar here, directly daily chart. Pound dollar has a very healthy rally today. It made a very healthy rally today, 130 pips more or less. These blue lines are support and resistance lines based on daily highs, daily lows, important swing points on the charts, on the weekly and daily charts. So we are testing 170, 167.47. It can stop there, but it can continue go higher. If you look at it, it's an uptrend. I mean, there is no doubt out of my mind. So if it's an uptrend, high probability that we break these highs. It's a possibility, right? It's a possibility. 167.77. Sorry, 167.70. It's a high we can break tomorrow even. It's a high I'm looking to be buyer or a retest on that high. You know the three kind of entries, right, guys? What are the three entries? Hello? You didn't take your coffee today, eh, guys? Pan, which one are the three entries we have? You are missing one. Yes, yes. You are missing one. It's looking very, very strong. Yeah, you said that. Breakout, pullback, or retest, and one left is the failure, okay? So tomorrow we want to be buyers of the pound overall. Let's look at euro dollar daily. As you can see, it's a lot weaker. As you can see, it's a lot weaker. We are kind of breaking this downward trend line that can give some strength to the euro. But if you ask me between the euro and the pound versus the dollar to go long, which one do you think I'm going to take? I'm going to favor. Obviously the pound dollar, because the chart is telling me it's a stronger uptrend. Okay, so euro dollar, we tested 3.8, 1.38, 1.38. Let's look at the intra. This is 1.38 today. Let's see. Looks like not many sellers appearing. Price can get accepted, 138 can get accepted, and then the next level should be 38.92, this high on the daily chart. So you can see this morning, 9 o'clock, nice speed to the upside, nearly no pullback. It's really an uptrend on intraday. 57. This is the yellow line. Everything began here. I'm gonna remove a little bit of noise here. So this is euro dollar 1 hour chart on the left and euro dollar daily chart on the right. So you can ask me, where is this yellow line coming? This yellow line is coming from the high of the 31 of January of 2013. It's a nice resistance. Or the 1st of February, sorry. So price break below, but then reverse. So it's a bullish signal. On intraday, it's a little bit noisy. We have some news here. The euro was looking really good for a down move. On Europe, the news were a little bit bearish, but it all began here at 137. Price wasn't able to continue lower, and suddenly it reversed very fast. So, but it's not my main pair. It's not my favorite pair to take right now, euro dollar. If you ask me, I will go long, absolutely long. Long is my bias on euro dollar, but mainly because the US dollar is weak. That's the main reason. So we are looking at the euro pairs. Let's look at euro yen daily. The yen today, it's very strong. We have a very interesting day today. This morning, Bank of Japan governor, I think it's, what is the name, Okuda or Kuroda? It's the name, it's Kuroda. This morning, he was saying that they are willing to continue with the policies to make the yen weaker. So one, as a trader, can expect this to bring weakness to the yen. But what happened? The contrary. Instead of making the yen weaker, it makes the yen stronger. Mostly on the dollar versus the dollar, because the dollar is the weakest currency today. Let's look at the future charts. And then we look at some pairs. These are daily charts of the main currencies. 6E is the euro. This is the pound. 6B, this is the dollar index, DX. 6S is the Swiss franc, very similar to the euro. 6A is the Aussie. 6P is the CAD, Canadian dollar. 6 yen is the yen. 6N is the New Zealand dollar. So let's look at the yen daily futures, because this is giving us a lot of information already. Prices, forget about the support and resistance. Look at the price. Price is going down. It's a downtrend technically and fundamentally. We know that. Make a low here, 9.5. Okay, a little bit of pullback is normal. It's a downtrend. But then it's failing to continue lower here. You can see the lows. In a downtrend, usually the lows get taken out very easy, right? It's not happening now. It's not happening. In fact, what kind of entry is this? Pan. This is an entry already. It's a buy signal already. Exactly. Entry type C is a failure to make a new low. Price is going down, break this low, but then reverse. There is no continuation. So this is giving a strength to the yen, short term on the daily, right? This blue line, 90.65. For me, it's my trend change point. So above that, I will be bullish the yen. And I don't care too much what Kuroda says. I mean, it's important to be alert of the news, to be aware of it, of them. But I will look at the chart because the price is the king or the queen. Because we have a lot of, we have, Pan is asking why that is the trend change point. For me, it's because here it's already, let me see if I can draw. I think I can draw. Okay. For me, it's already that kind of, hey, it's already looking like the waves of the price is changing already. Also, we have some interesting resistance to the left that if they get taken out, it's gonna be very bullish, okay? But mainly because price is already making failures here. So it can already become an uptrend. Okay, that's the main reason. And it also confirms here to the left. It also confirms here to the left that this is a strong level already. Has been tested and tested. Okay. So I'm bullish on the yen overall. So now the next currency I want to look is the dollar. Dollar was looking good to the upside. Was looking good to the upside last week. But then today and yesterday we have like the reverse chart of the yen, if you think about it a bit. Let me draw again. Price, make a low here, make a high, low. Looks like it's coiling, right? This software, sorry for that, guys. I'm gonna draw again. Looks like it's coiling right here. And then, oh, positively, we break this high to the left. It's looking positively like it's gonna go up. But then, poof, reverse again to the downside. With speed, with momentum. All right? That shows an imbalance between buyers and sellers. Why there is an imbalance? Because the sellers believe the value of the dollar it should be lower. So they are willing to sell lower and lower and lower, right? There is really no magic. I mean, there is no secret out of trading. That is the only thing. I mean, supply demand. So I'm bearish on the dollar. I'm bearish on it. So now we can go to dollar yen and go short dollar yen tomorrow. Right now, it's the end of the day. This is dollar yen daily chart. Let me find for some levels. This was today an opportunity to buy. We didn't take it. This was a retest entry. Okay, this is why, guys, you need to have the bias very clear in mind. Because if not, you can take trades that looks good. They look great, but this is too high. This is a retest entry. High, high, breakout, retest. I'm pretty sure some people went long here today. And what happened? They pay the price of not having the bias and the sentiment clear. So this is the kind of trades you want to pass if you know the sentiment is to the downside. Also, if you look at it, you can see that we have a sell signal here already, right? It's a failure to make a new high. So important places for tomorrow on the dollar yen. Well, it's a bit hard. We can say that we are testing this line. We are gonna break this. Looks like it's gonna break this soon. It can break that soon, and that can trigger a lot of stops. I don't use trend lines, but I'm very aware of many people who use them. So it can trigger some stops. I think the majority of stops are below this low, mainly here. So that's a magnet for the price. It's gonna be a magnet. So basically, sell the breakouts of the lows you encounter, the fresh lows you encounter on the left, or any retest, any pullback you want to look at it. Let's look at intraday. Let's see if we have some pullback. Wait. This is intraday 15-minute chart. There is no really place to enter now. Don't chase the price. Maybe here it's a marginal low. It can get some supply there. It can appear some supply there. We are 60 pips away. We can have a pullback, but I'm not very excited about that. It's not looking very excited to go short there. Yes, we can look at gold now. Let's finish a couple of pairs on the yen. Where, Pan? Where do you see the retest? Here. This has been already done. It's more like a kiss and boot. A boot and kiss, sorry. Boot and kiss and bye-bye. Yes, on gold. We're going to look at gold now. But before, let's finish with the yen pairs. Because if you are going to trade them, I recommend you to go short dollar yen. If you compare dollar yen with pound yen, it's important, right? Look at pound yen. You compare and there is completely a different chart. It's a completely different story. Completely different story. This morning we have some news at 9:30 of the pound that spark a nice rally. You can see this. Look at this on pound dollar. Again. Look at this. Hi, Mark. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to you also. Look at this pound dollar. Look at this. So exactly. Look, boom. Zero retest. Zero pullback. Absolutely. No, I can go to 1 minute chart to find a pullback that is a failure or something, but there is no really. Maybe here we get some stops, right? There is no pullback. There is no opportunity for the sellers to close. Okay. Look at how the price is being accepted. I doubt that. But hey, I wish you good luck. Spain, I don't want to get into football, but Spain, England is not bad. England is not bad. But Spain, La Roja. So Look at how price is being affected at the highs. No rejection, guys. Are you gonna go short here? Who is gonna be the hero who is gonna call the top? You wanna be a hero? Call the top? Okay, go short now. Be a hero. Come on, make me proud. You are gonna call the top. You are gonna win 1 out of 10. That's the thing. So let's look at gold a bit. One was saying gold. Gold is interesting also. Have the daily highs and daily lows there. So look at where it stopped. Nearly the 140 level. After this rally, interesting rally of gold, since the rally started January, okay? We started in January, 21,000 points, okay? And for me, I'm bearish on gold, long term. I don't say we can get a retest here. I don't say we can get a retest there because there are many orders. Many people willing to do business at 1.533. 1.533. Gonna repeat, many people willing to do business there. So it's so huge, the amount of people who will do business there, that maybe price stop 100 pips below because everybody want to be the first one to get in on the party. I don't know how to read Greek, Mixan. I don't know your name. Sorry, how to read that. We look at the euro dollar today. I think 1.38. I think it can last because the dollar is strong. But if you want to be a buyer, I prefer to be a buyer on the pound dollar. So gold is an interesting moment. We are inside like this box here. I can see it. We are inside this box. It's a big box, okay? Let me see. From it's 25,000 pips or ticks box. It's a big box. We can get in a small consolidation area here. Looks like the volatility is coiling. The waves are smaller, 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 smaller. But there are clues, okay? You can see, for example, how faster it went down versus how faster it went up. That's one of the clues I look at, okay? Which team it's healthier or happier, or the sellers are like more aggressive. Exactly. They are more aggressive. What it took like from 2 months to the sellers take 1, right? Right? So that is giving you info. That is giving you info. For me, the structure is not very clear on gold right now. It's not ultra clear on gold. We have a rally, a small pullback, look like some buyers get in here at this support, at this resistance, sorry, retest, classic retest. But I'm looking for it to fail and continue lower. Then I will be selling gold below this point. It's a good point to go short gold, okay? To change the bias, to look for a retest of the lows and to take more stops again. Yes. Angle, right now here we only have 2 things. We have time, that is the horizontal value, and we have price, the vertical one. It's the only thing, 2 things we have right now in this chart. Yeah, yeah, maybe, it may be. But at the same time, it's gold versus dollar, you know, it's not very, it's like week versus week, right? Let me do a fast look at silver. If you have any doubt with metals, you look at copper, you look at silver, you look at the others. Okay, in the moment you have any doubt with gold, look at the others. Refresh your view. How is this looking? Stronger or weaker than gold? Yeah, absolutely. It's looking weaker. It's looking weaker. Looks like it's cooking for a down move. Okay. Yes, George, that's a nice, a valid point. Looks like consolidating. And look at where it's consolidating. Look. Where it's consolidating, where previous consolidating were done. Thanks, Aftab. Thanks a lot. Thanks. So it's chart doesn't have memory, but traders, yes. So it's consolidating around the same level where they were like, well, no, okay, it's not so 2060. Yeah, it could very probably. It could test 2060 at it can test 1944. I think it's gonna more probably it's gonna test the lows than the highs. George was saying, but also consolidating. Yes, it's consolidating, but it's consolidating near the lows, right? That is weakness. It's consolidating near the lows. That is weakness. That is weakness. But of course, trends change. You need to be aware of what happens on this consolidation periods, right? Take profits or continuation to the downside and so on. So this is giving us, confirm us a bit the view of berries on metals, a bit. Because gold was a bubble, clearly a bubble. Now it's easy to say, but was overpriced, nearly $2,000 on a spot gold, right? So what pairs, guys, do you want to look? Aussie dollar and Kiwi dollar are very interesting also. Let's look at them. Yes, we are going to look at that. We have time, guys. This is live market analysis. It's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, okay? It's the end of the day. We're going to review it. So we are not going to look at the Euro Swiss, right? that is not a pair. So Kiwi dollar. Wait, 1 second. We didn't have MOP today, I think. We didn't have FOMC today after. Yes, I prefer Mao, Mark. San Miguel is weaker. I prefer Mao, but I don't drink and drive, so sorry for that. Right now, no. Juice. Yes. So what do you think of this, guys, already? Fast. You look at it. This is a daily chart of Kiwi dollar. Not bad. It's an uptrend, yes. It's an uptrend. Weak. Why do you think it's weak? Well, you said before, I think, sorry, right, Mark? Yes. Yes, we're going to look at dollar cat also. Very interesting. What is the first thing you want to look at it, guys? Structure of how the price developed, how the price moved. Price on Kiwi dollar broke above this high. That is a selling signal. That is a selling signal. What is the result of that selling signal? 144 pips. It's a very nice selling signal on daily. Very nice. Very nice. A couple of days, 1, 2, 3, 4 above, and then just 2 days below, but very fast, the buyers jump in at the first important high here, okay? Boom. So what that means is if the sellers are still in, they are going to have the stops here. They may reverse. More interest can. We are looking to make a new high again, basically, because you can see how they basically you can see how they buy earlier every day, every time they step in earlier. So I want to be a buyer of the Kiwi dollar. I want to buy above the blue line or a pullback on intraday because we don't have here a pullback, fresh pullback near. So I want to buy, if you want to be more safe of the breakout, I recommend you to buy the all-time new high and be sure to be on a good moment of the day. Don't buy it right now, for example, at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, because there is not going to be people buying. Me, I'm not going to be there buying a breakout to move the market for you at 6 or 5 o'clock. Make sense? Okay. It's not clear after, I mean, the fundamentals are mixed. It's not very clear. The other day, the European Central Bank, they were saying they may start to look at some QE. Yes, some new policies that make the euro more euro available to the market. And they were looking at the Draghi, yes, Mr. Draghi. So mixed signals right now with the euro and the dollar. So stay away from euro dollar a bit. Stay away from euro dollar a bit. Focus on the other pairs that look better, like the Kiwi and Aussie, Australian dollar. You need to take in mind what is happening in Europe right now with the Crimea, Ukraine crisis. People from the Eastern world are taking the money a bit out from Europe and putting it into Australia, New Zealand, and more Asiatic countries. Singapore, Indonesia, okay? They are taking the money out of Europe because Europe is going to impose sanctions, okay? It's going to impose restrictions to their money. So that is making the Kiwi and the Aussie strong. It's making them strong. So Kiwi dollar, I'm bullish on it. I'm bullish on it. You can buy about 0.87, as I said. Of course, control the risk at all times. Let's look at Aussie dollar. The same thing, very similar to the Kiwi. We look at it fast and we look at dollar cut. The same, we have a nice breakout today, but the price action happened on Tokyo, I think. Yes, it happened on Tokyo. So the same thing, we are already on an uptrend technically. Price is moving higher and higher and higher. People is buying earlier every time, creating this structure, these waves. People is buying higher and higher. We break this line from these lows. It's not really, as I said over and over, there is no secret on trading. You may get stopped out if you buy this breakout a couple of times. That's how it is. Okay. So now it's looking bullish. It's looking for the next place to go 0.94050. Let's look at it on a weekly chart. I want to have a bigger perspective on it. 1 second. Okay, it's looking good. Wanna draw a bit? Okay. Looks like we started a bit here from this low. This is it's very big. Yeah. So the three kind of entries, George, I think it's there, but sometimes they cannot record all the webinars, George. If there is one webinar that is missing, we can make it again. But they cannot record all the webinars because they have thousands of webinars a month, hundreds. So we can see a small failure there. Everything started there. Again, confirmation. We have, this is weekly chart. We have nice levels here. I think this can be the next stop. This can be a nice target for the longs. If there are anybody here long, look at that level. Okay, some levels, some highs here, some lows. So we break out, retest to the peep, to the same area. So I will look at that till that, as long as price is moving, making higher highs, higher lows on the daily, moving with the strength. This is a nice target. I will look to basically stop and look and think, okay, what the price is telling me. Are they are gonna continue buying, or they are gonna reverse, or they are gonna, you know, you can't predict the future. Nobody can do that. Nobody can predict the future, so you need to work with the expectations. On the daily chart, I think it's interesting target. I think it's 0.96 or something like that. 95, 50, 85. I'm giving you overall bias, overall sentiment, okay? Then you look, you draw your levels, you have the webinars there for free on how to draw the levels, on how to take the entries. So, you know, in trading, you need to work a bit. I'm giving you the bias and the sentiment. I think that's the most valuable thing before the entries. So, looking good. Mark said dollar cut, let's look at it. It's an uptrend, that's for sure. But whoa, looks like it's changing. Not anymore. Not anymore. Below the yellow line, it's a downtrend, okay? So we have a downtrend change today. It's looking good for a sell. Everything is looking good. The dollar is weak. It's confirming. We come from a failure again. All right, price make a new high, but continue higher. And then we have a small area here. Of indecision, okay? Like, hey, what happens? We continue higher or not? But looks like no. We are gonna go lower. So below this yellow line, I'm a seller. We can reach, we can test the 1.0782 level this week or next week, maybe. I don't like to give calls too much. It's a little bit stupid. But as long as we are below the yellow line and the dollar is weak, I'm going to be looking to go short, okay, till this area at least, if you are a daily trader. This is a nice area where some buyers may appear and take profit. So, guys, do you have any position open? Do you want to look? Somebody said euro pound. I like euro pound. It's going down very probably. See, it's going down. The euro is not very clear, but I will pass this. Yes, euro dollar. I will pass this this pair, to be honest. having the opportunities we have on the yen and on the Aussie and all of that, I will pass these trades. I'm short dollar yen. I mean, the people, my students and the people who with I trade with, they know I'm short. I'm short already. So can you see that, George? What I mean? It's not very clear. Why I want to bother with this? Why? It looks like an afternoon. For me, this was a small retest here. I was expecting sellers here to appear. Didn't get any chance to do anything there. So, because why? Because this is a very important level here. This is a level that we are watching. Okay, we are watching. A bit of noise here, not very clear. Price stop at like 20, 30 pips below. Never get touch it. I think so, around, if the high, that high is 83.98. So yes, around 12 pips. So I will not touch euro pound, guys. Euro versus the pound. Don't touch it, really. There are better opportunities out there. Don't touch it. I will prefer to go short dollar yen, maybe euro yen, euro cat. Euro cat was interesting also to the downside. Let me see. There is one question here from Ramesh. Sorry. You are talking about euro pound. The between orange and yellow line, that's a failure. You mean this line, right? It's a small failure, yes. Yes, it's a small failure. Let's go to 4-hour chart. So you can see that. It's a small failure. This is looking here more like head and shoulder, right? Right? And then a speed down because the euro is not clear. And the pound is clear that we are bullish on it. That's the only thing. So, exactly. So there is really don't despair. I mean, if you ask me live market analysis for this week, what I want to do, I want to sell dollars. All right. I want to buy some yens, preferably against the dollar. It's not too late, guys. Don't think never is too late. The movement can continue lower and lower and lower, and more when you have a good uptrend. In the past, when you had a good uptrend before. So these people can get scary and start to take profit, and I don't care what the Bank of Japan is going to say. If the momentum and the speed and everybody's jumping to the downside, I will be a seller there. So dollar yen short, euro yen maybe short also tomorrow. We are testing support 140.90 right now. Looks like it's going to break. Guys, one more pair. A couple of pairs if we have time. Euro Swiss we pass. Euros is interesting also to the downside. There is a trend change already happening. It's confirming also with the dollar. So you want to be a seller on Euro Aussie also. US dollar, South African rand. Well, it's a pair a bit. Are you going to trade that? I think I don't even have it here on the symbols. And how it's going? It's going good? I remember it was an uptrend. That is what I remember the last time I saw it. I remember it was an uptrend. My memory is not bad. But looks like it's changing. Yes, it was an uptrend. But seriously, it's not really uh, looks like any other pair, you know. Instead of the dollar third trade dollar cut, I think you're gonna have better spread, more room to the downside. You know, you're gonna have a better spread on that, less cost. But anyway, let's look at it. Looks positive. It's a downtrend. It's a downtrend, and I will be aware of some highs here to the left to see how price develop and how price behave at that those highs here. We are nearly touching them. So I will trail the stop and let it ride as long as the dollar is weak. Let it ride. Looks like it's gonna be a downtrend. It's a downtrend technically speaking, but I will not bother too much with this kind of pairs, the exotic pairs. As long as you are making money, that's fine. What else? What else we have here? No, let's stick with Forex, Mark. Let's stick with Forex. That's the best thing. We are at FX Street, and it's a hard question if you ask me, guys. For me, I'm a little bit mixed right now because dollar, I mean, if you ask me long term, I'm more bearish the dollar because the economy, USA economy is not anymore, it's not the time anymore. I mean, Asia, it's who is rising. Asia countries, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, uh, you know, Singapore, Indonesia, all those countries are rising a lot. The buying power of their people, it's going up. They are hard workers. They work a lot. Um, yeah, China has issues, but don't USA also have issues, right? I mean, if you ask me, I look at the market like this or at the economy. Like in one side, you have people who debt money, and there are people on the other side who are the owners of the debt. With which one you want to go? With the ones who have the debt, or or you want to go with the ones who own all the debt and need to repay all the money that has been lent to them by the others? I will go with the ones who are lending the money. The majority of the cases, and China is buying the American debt. It's the main buyer, I think. They have like 20 or 50% of the debt of the USA. So yes, you can. Greece, I'm not very bullish on Greece, to be honest. All the South European, and I'm Spanish. I live in Madrid, I know how I travel, but I know how Europe is, and I'm not very bullish on the South. I'm not very bullish. That is how it is. That's the reality. The politicians, the people, there is a huge problem here. The people is not willing to pay taxes. In one way, I understand because the government here, I don't know what they are doing with the taxes. So it's like what is first, the egg or the chicken? It's a bit. That question, I think you and me run the Forex market, Mark. You and me and everybody here. You and me, you and me. Because you and me, it's the one because you are putting your risk when you put a trade. That is the food. When the take profit is the food. You take the food, right? You are giving food or you are paying. You are getting the food or giving it. So you and me, whenever we put a trade, we exchange liquidity. That's the good. We exchange its liquidity. You may be not very big trader. I may be not a very big trader, so I'm not very a big fish, right? But they are gonna do the majority. It's gonna lose money. The majority is gonna fight the trend, and the intelligent people who has been in the game for many years, they are gonna go with the trend and take your food. They're gonna take your food. So whatever you do, take care because there are gonna be another guy on the other on the other side of your trade. Every time I buy, somebody sells. So it doesn't make sense. The Rothschilds, the FX market is a big market. And if you don't trust me, you can go out and read. What do you think? You don't think George Soros lose money on the Forex market? Or Warren Buffett didn't lose money, don't lose money on the market? They lose money also on the market. And they don't lose $60 or 600. No, no, no. They lose. I think Soros, no, Warren Buffett, I think, were bullish on the dollar in the 1994, and he loses 600 million. 600 millions on that bet. And the same for Soros. Soros was bearish on the yen some time ago. I'm talking about 15 years ago, and he lose another 300, 400 millions, you know? So even professionals, even hedge funds managers, they lose money also. That's how it is. So it's the cost of doing business, it's the cost of the trading. You need to know your limits, your system, and it's a little bit every day, think in the long term. And I don't think nobody run the Forex market. I think you and me run the Forex market. Everybody with their small bid and ask, buy and sell, that create a hole that usually is going to move on the direction that causes the majority of the pain to the majority of the people. That's the reality. I'm being completely honest with you. And thank you for the beer. Yes, that's the reality. And you know that, Joe. So long-term dollar, I'm bearish on the U.S. economy. I'm a little bit more bullish on South America. I'm bullish a little bit more on South America, but not too much. And I'm bullish on Asia, China, Japan, Australia, all that Asia developed countries and emerging countries. I'm bullish. Maybe India, not so much. I'm sorry about India. I think it's wonderful people, lovely people, but they have a horrible. They heritage the British management. You know, British policy make British administration. You know, sorry guys. So that's how I see Europe. Poof, we are in the middle. I don't know what's going to happen with the euro. We have a mess with the euro, but let's decide the charts. So guys, you can see more or less we got a bit off track, no problem. So you know my view on the pairs. It has been a pleasure to be here with you today. You can send me an email to carlos@fentraders.net. I'm going to call it a day, guys. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, FX Street, for being here. I hope to see you in the next webinar. Thanks a lot. Nice day. Cheers. Cheers. Gracias.